Good morning, hi there, welcome to Literacy. It's the first lesson of our second week. And the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to take a bit of time just to say thank you to everyone who's been handing in work this week. I'm sure I haven't written down everyone, but I've tried to write down as many people as I've seen. And I really want to say well done. So in 3JW, in Mr. West's class, I really want to say well done to Riley, Delano, Finley, Michelle, Joseph and Ollie. Your work has really been superb, so thank you so much for sending it in to me. Then in 3AH, I really want to say well done to Keris and Riley, Ashley, Alfie, Harry and Mason. Your work's been superb as well, so thank you so much for sending that in to me. It's really made me happy, thank you. And then in 3MH, I've had Mason, Scarlett, Liam, Anushka, Leo and Olivia. So well done you guys as well. Your work has been absolutely superb. So I just wanted to say thank you. And just double check, I made sure I said Liam, didn't I? Yep, Liam, well done. I'm looking forward to reading your literacy. All right, so that's enough of the shout outs for that. So today, our learning intention is to plan our story of the two frogs. Now, when I was thinking about doing this, I've made this sheet here, which hopefully you can see, and it's just you've only got two there for pictures and then a little bit for words as well. And what I would like us to do is just plan out the story. Now, just so everyone's sure, when we're in school and we plan out a story, we always do it in comic book form, and that's because it helps aid our memory of what's going to happen. It gives us a guide to carry on when we're writing so we don't miss anything. And also it means we can just kind of recap some of the work we've already done. So this week already, you've already written a character description and a setting description, okay? Now, we did them out of order a little bit. We would normally do the settings description and then the character description. It's just I thought the character description was a bit more fun, so I put that earlier in the week. So today we're going to be planning our story. And so the first box, our picture, is going to be our setting. Now, as I've been working here at home today, I've received lots and lots of work from you guys, and you guys have done some setting descriptions for me. So I thought I'd just read out some really excellent work. So I'm just going to share my screen. So I'm going to share this one first. So this one is from Keris. So where's the second thing there? Let me get rid of that. Okay, so this one is from Keris. Now, Keris, you wrote, "The sun came up as it became morning. Swans swam in the pond. Frogs leaped on their lily pads. Trees blew in the wind. The temperature was cold. Humans walked by as the pond made sounds. The water got a bit crazy and humans ran back to the path and stood. Birds went up into the tree." So, Keris, it's a really, really good effort for year 3. It's absolutely fantastic. So well done, Keris. Now, the next one, who did I choose? Bear with me a second. I think it's Joseph. So Joseph, you wrote, "The sun began to emerge, slowly beginning to rise from the inky black sky." What a lovely description of the sky. Fantastic. "The burning orange light lit up the horizon like a fire, blazing along the skyline. The light began to reveal the calm waters below the horizon. The water was peaceful, still, and resembled frosted glass." I love that idea of the frosted glass. Hopefully you've been watching the science lessons and you can tell me whether frosted glass would be transparent, translucent or opaque. Do let me know. "It almost looked like you could walk across the deep, motionless pond. The light reflected and exposed soft ripples of beguiling, tranquil waters. The frogs had woken and began their nature song, softly bellowing as they gently hopped along the soft green lily pads. A cool breeze wrapped my shoulder like fresh, crisp blanket." You even put a bit of first person in there. Nice. This is really, really excellent. In fact, it's probably about a year 4 to year 5 level writing. It's absolutely fantastic. So well done, Joseph. Absolutely lovely. Then I thought I would share this one, which is Riley. Okay, let's get rid of that. Don't need that. So this is Riley. "It was cold, damp and it was a cold, damp and frosty morning. The air smelled so clean, like fresh bedding. See, he's got his senses in there straight away. I must say, these are all far, far better than mine. It's absolutely amazing. Well done. The air smelled so clean, like fresh bedding. Dull grey and orange fish had started to make ripples in the water, looking for food as their open mouths, like little black holes, came to the surface. That's such good imagery. Well done. The sun rose up from behind the trees, glistening on the dripping sap. Fog hovering over the lake like a thick blanket, trying to hold in the heat. In the distance, you can hear the sound of gentle cracking as the ice starts to melt from the sun warming the freezing parts of the lake. Sticks and twigs falling from bits of broken mouldy trees as animals wake and they start their day. Insects crawling over the gathered white and brown mushrooms growing in the moss around the side of the lake by the water's edge. So this is absolutely outstanding. I think I owe all three of you a certificate and probably some chocolate for the quality of that, I think. So well done, you guys. I really want to say fantastic. So what I thought is I'm going to tell you what we're doing today. I just really wanted to shout out some people who've just done some fantastic work. So today we've got our sheet, okay, and we've got our first box. So bear with me, I'm going to get the felt tips out and we're going to start drawing our first sheet. So now I'm not going to do the whole story. I'm going to do a little bit today and a little bit tomorrow, and I won't do every scene, but I will start with just the beginning, and then we can start looking at adding in a little bit from our settings description. So first thing, I've got a box, you've got a box, and I suppose it looks a little bit like this, and it's got another one underneath, and we'll put a little bit of our description in there. So we've got this first box. So the first thing I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with a horizon. So I'm going to start with a horizontal line going across here. So this is our horizontal line, okay? And then I'm going to start drawing in my lake. So I've got my lake and it's coming out here and it's coming round. So that's my lake, okay? Now I'm drawing in perspective. So when things are further away, they're smaller. So in the background, I'm just going to add a little sandbank here. I'm going to add some trees. Okay, and then a couple more trees just over here. So you can see they're a bit smaller in the background. Hopefully you can see that. I will bring it as close as I can. There we go. So I've got some trees. Now, I'm not the greatest artist in the world, but I do think all of us could manage something like this. If I change from purple, I don't know why I'm drawing purple. And I'll add, hopefully I've got brown in here. My daughter may have got these. No, I don't have brown. Okay, I'm going to add some more trees over here. And I'll colour those in green. So that's the start of my setting scene. I've got some trees, and then I thought maybe I'll add in some evergreens here. So those are just triangles, really, with stalks on like that, okay? And then at the front here, I'm going to draw some slightly bigger trees. So you can see straight away, hopefully, it's giving the picture a little bit of depth, okay? So you can see it looks, I wouldn't say 3D, but it looks like it's got a bit of depth to it. And then over here, I'm just going to add in a little pontoon, I suppose, or a jetty. A jetty might be the word. I'm sure there's someone in the Navy who'll tell me exactly what that's actually supposed to be called. Thank you. And then I'm going to add in some lily pads, okay? And then I think some of you had a bit of a frosty sunset in the background, so let's add in our sun. It's just starting to come up, okay? And then I suppose if you really want to, you can add a couple of clouds in as well. And then I'll get all this coloured in. So I've done those trees, this kind of green. And then I'll use a different colour green for this. It's not an art lesson, it is a literacy lesson, but I thought we'd make it quite fun. We've done a lot of writing over the bits over the last couple of days, and I thought what we should probably do is start planning our story, not with as much writing as normal. We're just going to start planning out our story. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll do all of our writing this week, I think. So I've got my setting scene. So then I suppose I want to just add a few words in there. So if I borrow a little bit from Riley, it was a cold, damp morning. Now, I don't need to put all of my description in there. I'm just kind of doing this to keep me going because you've already written your setting description. And so what you're going to do is on Wednesday, you're going to start with your setting description and your character description, and we're going to put them all together, maybe edit a little bit. And then that's the beginning of our story, already written. We've already done it. So you've already done most of the writing for Wednesday's work already, which is going to combine those two together. And then the next picture is going to be on my sheet. It's going to be my two frogs, isn't it? So in the second box, I've got my box like this, haven't I? And if I start with my two frogs, so that's my one frog. And if I come down, that's one frog. And give him a bib, and that makes him look like he's got a bit of a belly. There we go. If I draw my eyes in, that's my William, I suppose. And then the next one, I draw him in as well. Sorry, I'm not the best at frogs. And if I put in the lily pad that they're on, just add a bit of water, give it a bit of horizon. And then here I'll say we're introducing our two frogs. And then character description. I should probably give him a big stick, shouldn't I? And give him a face because he's a bit worried at the moment. And that's him. And if you wanted to, you could start doing a bit of speech in this bit as well with why have you got a stick? I suppose if you wanted to put a... Always do the writing before you do a voice bubble, by the way. Always. It will never fit otherwise. So that's it. So Monday is a pretty easy lesson. You've got a bit of drawing, bit of colouring in, a little bit of description to it. And then tomorrow we'll do exactly the same, but with a little bit of the action from the story. Okay, and this is just really to refresh ourselves of the story. Maybe I'll record another storytelling of the two frogs as well, just to go with today's lesson. All right, thank you very much. So I'm looking for your plans. So it's just the two pictures, a little bit of writing today, okay? Planning out the beginning of our story, which we've kind of already done. I think we need a little bit of a break. So we've done something a little bit different. So hopefully you're gonna have to do this on paper and then you can take pictures and hand it in. Or if you just return the document to me, I'll know that you've done it. All right, thank you very much. Bye-bye.